What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Deej. Welcome to FreeGame. I got my boy Chris with me, Pierre, Marcus. Give a little introduction on who you are, your little Instagram or whatever you got going on. Plug yourself, whatever you introduce yourself.
You can find me at EnterYoungVet on Instagram. It's your boy Blac Chris. That's all I gotta be said.
Well, what's up, man? It's Pierre, photographer. Instagram, PierrePierreProductions. Sports, photography, weddings, anything, man. I do it all.
It's the real Mr. Wright, Marcus Wright, owner of WrightCuts. Come to my shop, check it out. That's all.
So today we're gonna get into these three, that perfecting their craft, almost reaching the pinnacle, the heights. Talk about how they attack their grind, how they overcome any kind of trials or tribulations for someone like you might be out there watching. You want to own a shop one day, you want to shoot pictures, become a rapper. They're just going to put you up on a little game on how they attack their grind. Pierre, I'm going to start with you. What's one thing that you could talk about shooting pictures, or what made you want to get into shooting pictures?
Well, I had started, my junior year, and it's all about capturing moments to me. So when I first got film camera and I seen how to develop and the whole process that went through, it was intriguing. And then I picked up a digital camera up during football season that same year, and just being able to capture seeing a dude scoring a touchdown, capturing just a smile on your face, anything, so it caught my attention. So and it's cool people do it every day on Instagram. So it's they capture the moment, but when you capture a moment on camera,
right,
you can do so much more with it. It's just different.
Creating art almost.
It's not even creating art almost. It's an art. This shit's really art, man. So it's just you just gotta start, bro. You find something you love, and then just go from there.
What intrigued you? Is there any photographers or anything out there that you would follow as a youngin to had motivate you or anything?
Now I follow Casey Athena. She's the big NBA photographer. Jamal Shabazz, he's from New York. He's big. He's been nationally publicized. Dorothea Lange, she's from the Great Depression era. So it's more of her arts follow Great Depression and migrating families and stuff like that.
Right.
And then there's just multiple cats. My boy Eli's Cole. So I just look at art everywhere, so you can really take a little bit of their art, mix into yours, and keep creating.
Right. So it's going on the art subject, Marcus. Cutting hair is an art. Would you say that's an art, cutting people's hair?
Yeah,
designs, stuff like that.
Yeah, because it takes detail, focus, and every haircut's different.
Right.
I could cut your hair 10 times and it won't always look exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something different than a machine. You're the man behind the machine.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes out different every time. If you want it to look better, it could look better. If you want it to look worse, it'll definitely look worse.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Pay for what you get.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
Pretty much. We were talking about outside. You said your dad was a barber, but is he one of your main influencers on wanting to own a shop and get into cutting hair?
Oh yeah, definitely. He's a big role model in my life, at least. I've seen him affect other people's lives too, and got other people in the life of barbering and stuff. And it's a big movement right now. Because a lot of people didn't think they could make money before, and so they're kind of redefining that. And he's one of the examples that showed me that you could do something. You don't have to. It could be legal. You don't have to look over your shoulder. You get money quick. You know what I mean? And you get better and better as you go, and it comes with benefits.
It's a legal way to get quick money.
Yeah.
Pretty
And
much.
people respect you.
Right.
At the end of the day, you treat them good. You know what I mean? They treat you good. There's no problem.
And people obviously you're owning a shop now. People like what you're doing. How does it feel for you making cutting someone's hair, making them look better than they did when they came in?
I mean, I feel at least that's the least I could do, you know what I mean?
Right.
If I got blessed with this talent, I might as well just, use it and be great at it, not
Right.
just amateur or mediocre,
Right.
Because they do it to the best of your ability, and if they leave with a smile on their face, that's cool with me,
Right.
At least I did something good today.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's all that is. Chris, it's going into rapping. How how would you say that's an art in your mind? Obviously, that's one of the main arts out there. How do you what influenced you to get into rapping, into music? Because ever since I met you, you've been doing it,
Right.
and you've been getting better, progressing, little events here and there. What inspired you to start getting into it?
I've been in music for a minute. I started in church in the choir, like most young black kids. So I always had a musical ear. I was never really into rap until I started listening to like 50 Cent, Lil Wayne, shit like that. And then hearing those metaphors and hearing the way they put shit together, they made me realize that I could easily do something like that. So it's all really about consistency, like just going hard every day. Like you said, it's an art form. Every day you just paint a new picture. You're just trying to get your vision across. So it's definitely an art form. As far as my influences, like I said, Lil Wayne, 50 Cent, Ludacris, Mystical, some of the old school guys. So
Right.
that's really where I
The
got my
ones
shit.
that we grew up on.
Right,
pretty
exactly.
much. Right. So photography and music's kind of like kind of goes hand in hand. Like you be at the at concerts. You're there with the photographers. How do you two like see that coinciding together like as an art form? You think it can be a little better than it is right now, or you think it's a little underrated?
I think the aspect of the photographer to like rapper ratio, like I think if say you have like a legit Currency, for example, he has a legit videographer and photographer he uses like exclusively.
Right.
So all their projects, they got, like you said, better with time consistency, and it's like you need photographers for concerts, just like you always want to have content for your fans.
Right.
So I do concerts where there's no photographers, and I'll be the only one there, and I'll just be up to like 3-4 in the morning, emailing these dudes, sending them all their photos, just because I know you need stuff from your concert. Like,
Right.
Like nah, bro. These dudes will like literally have, the crowd will be full, but there's no photographer there, or none that I see, and then fans be like, "Whoa, why aren't you posting nothing?" Like, "Oh, you weren't in my city." He was like, "Oh yeah, I was," but you had no like content or anything. So I think
you can't see what's going on.
you have to have a photographer, something that's just gonna document like your daily life, like vlogs, just do something. So like me and Chris are gonna. I'd be forgetting I know Chris sometimes because like, he just dropped me a song, so I heard it and I was like, "Oh, all right, cool."
Right.
And so, shoot, we're probably gonna link. I'm probably gonna, but it's just you just need, because I got pictures of Currency posting myself, so it's just you need.
Capture the moment.
Yeah, like, I did like flossing the chain, like, it was hard. I was like,
like you said, I think they're really underrated. It's one thing to live in the moment and be in that moment, but like he said, they capture the whole moment, and you really need that, especially to look back and just really be in that moment again. That's the only way you can really go back in time, is to capture a picture. So.
Even with barbering, you know what I mean? Like, the only way I can get my art out there is to capture it, send it out there. We got Instagram, all this social media, put it on a flyer, anything. But people don't want to, you can say you're a barber, but then like, what's the cut? Like,
exactly.
Show me your work, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
You can say you rap, but how you sound.
Exactly.
Can you freestyle, you know what I mean? So you have to put it right there. And so photography ties with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And like, it's weird how everything kind of links up together after a while,
Like, my coworker said some stuff the other day, like, "Oh yeah, I told her about her wedding. I was like, oh yeah, she's like, her photographer's tripping her. I was like, oh yeah, I'll give you this. This is my price, blah blah blah." She's like, "Oh, I'm a real photographer." I instantly put out my Mercury News article. Like, "Hey, what are you talking about? Like, I do this." Like,
Flex.
like stop. But you need to capture those moments. And I don't know. It's just.
Speaking of social media, how do you guys feel that plays a role in your guys' crafts, your niches? How do you feel that, like, how does it separate the real from the fake, pretty much? How can you tell if someone's real with what they do, or if someone's just doing it just for the likes?
Even like, I mean, in barbering at least, like, you could edit a picture anytime, make it look like something that's not. But at the end of the day, it's like consistency, like we say,
Right.
If you're not consistent with it, you're gonna see some flaws,
Right.
You can't just, make up, even when you go there, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? You could write something and then find out someone else wrote it, or, you know what I mean? This and that. But then when they're like, "Hey, write something for me," and it's time to do it, you can't do it, then it's gonna show,
Right.
Real recognize real for sure.
Yeah, you can't fake
it. You can't fake it to the top.
Yeah, never.
It's easy to fool people on Instagram nowadays. Like I've seen, like, I'm not the greatest like editor. I'm not working for Apple or nothing, but I'm doing well. But you can tell when dudes are just like literally trying to fake it for Instagram, posting stuff, and you be like, oh, bro, come on, you left your face halfway edited. You like your come on, dude, like this side of the picture is darker than that side. It's just lighting, like simple stuff that you know a photographer would do, but they just put photographer because now you can throw photographer in your headline. So it's like, oh yeah, I'm a photographer now, and everyone wants to be a photographer, rapper, just because it's in right now.
Everything seems saturated.
Yeah, so like, the game's overly saturated, but like you said, you can recognize, like, real recognize is real, and I know what it's like. I know a real photographer when I like chop it up and look at your work and be like, all right, bro, you're really doing it.
So I've known you guys for a minute. I've been around you guys for a minute. And I've seen you guys grow. Obviously, owning your shop, you got going what you're going. Like I said, we met a while ago at Pianza. What's one thing that you guys could say? You could tell people to stay out of the saturation part of the game, to not be around like the fakes or something, just to not get in that mode of want to be in the saturated crowd, be above and go above and beyond and go out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just gotta like, go with your gut, honestly. Like, you can't really, it's in the moment type of thing, you have to know when you can tell, okay, this person kind of rubbing me wrong. What I mean? They don't move how I move, Right. Chicken heads hang with chicken heads, eagles soar with eagles. So you're going to feel a little, awkwardness, or like, it's like never going to be consistent, like again. So it's kind of like, you just got to go with your best judgment sometimes, and even ask the closest ones to you sometimes help too.
Right.
Even though, like, I cut people all day. I'll tell people, like, damn, bro, my girl just broke up with me for this dumb shit, like, what you think, bro? Like, I cut 10 people, ask them that,
right.
We get different ideas,
Right.
You can take it or leave it, but it's up to your gut again,
Yeah.
Saying like oversaturation thing, it's like I said about rapping, photographer, it's all about like likes and just being in the moment. So like he said, to go with your gut. I just feel like you just gotta know what you really want. Cause shoot, at one point I was checking my followers like every day. Like if you unfollow me, I was unfollowing you back. Like it's serious. Like cause I was like trying to make sure that ratio was cool. But like, at one point I was like, bro, who cares? Like my art's, and once I stopped caring, Pac-12, all these like gigs, where it's like I wouldn't have got them if I would have just been BS and thinking about some stuff that just didn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, cause it never really matters in the day. It's shoot, Basquiat, none of his paintings mattered until he was dead. Van Gogh, all these dudes, none of their paintings mattered. Like, they're not gonna.
Right.
Shit, I showed half my friend's ex before he died. None of them listened to him. Bro died. All they want to do is listen to X now. And like, Pierre, why you trying before? Yeah. It's nuts. I'm like, bro, I've been saying it. Like, besides what he was doing as a person, like
the music,
his art was like, I separated it. Same thing I do Kanye. I separate art from you being a nut. Like, I can separate the two. So you just gotta. It's all about gut feeling. You just can't do stuff just to be like in now because you're. It's a quick way
just
to
to follow the crowd.
You're gonna be out tomorrow because it's not authentic.
Yeah.
Just be true to yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, rapping. Everyone wants to. All of a sudden now, people want to be a rapper.
I don't know how to rap now.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'd be like, damn, you all of a sudden you want to rap now, but like, what can you say like to separate yourself like from like the saturation part of the game, like, because that's one of the most right now is people just be rapping about shooting. They grew up in the hood, like, no, that's not you.
Yeah, you could tell, like they said, you real recognize real. It really just comes down to piggybacking off of what they said. Just be you. Just be comfortable with yourself. It's okay for people not to like your shit. It's okay for people not to comment on your shit. As long as it feels good to you, that's all that matters. And then you just got to stick with it. You got to be consistent. Like you said, we've been doing this for a long time. Like I've been rapping since 2010, 09 type shit. So it's all about consistency. You just got to stick with it. Like they said, follow your gut. You don't want to be a flash in the pan. You want to have that consistency to where niggas can look back 5 years ago or 5 years from now and be like, oh, okay, this nigga really still been going hard, and not just that bullshit that was just a little wave or a little hype.
Instagram post.
Yeah, it sticks with people a lot more, so that's really all it is.
And you have to do what you're passionate about, really.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're passionate about it, people will see it. You'll recognize it, because, I mean, when I cut so many different people, and I'm 23, you know what I mean? I own my own shop. I've been cutting since I was 13. I was cutting under the scoreboard, you know?
Right.
And I have my football coach come back, my old high school teachers come back. I have people that are in the NHL come, you know what I mean, just because they feel the passion, you know.
Right.
I don't like wake up like it's an accident, like oh shit, I gotta, you know,
Exactly.
I gotta go to work today. You know what I mean? Like nah, I'm like let's get after it and let's see what I got, you know.
Exactly.
And people recognize that, and the fakes won't be able to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
know?
Speaking of passion, that's a good point because that's exactly that's one of the reasons why I hit you three up to be on one of these the first episodes because like I see the passion for it like years like just passion just getting after your grind like you're owning a shop now you starting to get in the Pac-12 all that stuff you out there at these events winning stuff you've been doing concerts and stuff what's one thing you could tell the people that are like starting to give up on their passion or they're not as passionate about it anymore like what's one thing you could tell them to get it in their mind to keep going and don't stop?
I mean, with me, it took my boy. He actually like works with me on my shop and he helped me a lot. But he came to my school and he started cutting hair just like I did. And a lot of my boys started going to him. And so it was kind of weird. We had the same group of friends and stuff. And so I was like, no, man, I ain't going to do this no more. Everybody want to cut hair now, because, you know, it's something everybody could do. You pick up some clippers and cut. So it took my sister to tell me, like, hey, like, you're good at it. You know what I mean? You're not going to be the only barber on the earth that's going to be cutting good out here, you know? And people have options, you know?
Right.
They might go to him that week, and then next week you're going to be back, you know?
Right.
So she just gave me that confidence. I think sometimes, like, we overlook the closest people to us that are telling us something because it's like their family or that's your best friend.
Yeah.
But sometimes you really have to listen to them and trust what they say is true, you know?
Right.
And so sometimes you have to tap into your team, you know, your support system and see what they're saying, you know what I mean? And sometimes if you don't have a support system, just tap into your inner star player and, you know, pick yourself up.
Right.
Because life is a whole bunch of problems, you know what I mean? So if you can't figure it out, then it's gonna be a tough life, you know?
Exactly. We all play sports.
Yeah, yeah.
That's that mentality.
Pick yourself back up and keep it pushing. Because it's always gonna be hard, you know what I mean?
Right.
And if you don't make it, then hey, you go on something else.
Right.
How I feel about it is, if it's a passion, you're gonna do it regardless. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't got in fights with like best friends, parents, like over this photography stuff. Like, oh, bro, you're not making no money off of it. I'm like, all right, I don't care about the money right now.
Right.
Like, it's gonna come. Like, and then at one point I was shooting stuff like I didn't want to shoot. Like, I was shooting hella females. That's not my stuff. That's not my stuff.
Right.
Like, I'm a sports photographer and like I do like events and stuff like weddings and whatnot. Which is nothing wrong with shooting like females and whatnot, but it was like taking me down something I was gonna start being like one of these dudes that only shoot for females and that's my whole Instagram. It's like making stuff, and that's not me.
Because that's how people are.
Shit, that's how you get on.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna shit.
A quick way to get on.
All right, that's how niggas are doing it. I'm gonna do it too,
Right.
and I'm gonna do this sports shit on the side. But I had to sit there and like really think about it. That's not me at all. So you just gotta look in the mirror, bruh, and just be like, is this what I want? Is this what I want to do? Okay, it's not getting me paid right now. It'll get me paid eventually.
Right.
If it doesn't get me paid eventually, I'm gonna keep working, and shit, you gotta bet on yourself, bro. That's the only thing I
You
would
gotta
do.
invest in yourself too.
Dude,
There you go.
start looking at business licenses. That's another thing. Y'all gotta like, you
Right.
gotta really, or if you're doing music, ASCAP, whatever you're gonna do, you gotta like invest in yourself and know paperwork. Cause shit, I was like the BQ a lot. We were talking last week. I was like, bro, do I go sole? Like, do I go DBA? Do I go LLC?
Right.
Cause I have the podcast, so I want to do a pyramid, like where I have my movie, my PierrePierreProductions.
Right.
Then I have movies, my podcast. Shout out Huddle Buddies, you know what I'm saying? Then I don't have like, you know, I want to do it all. Like I told you guys, I want to do like the restaurant cafe thing where you can come get your film developed while you're eating and shit, or you can develop your own film in the darkroom. So.
Right.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep that secret, bro.
Oh,
Man, that's exposing all the good shit.
that ain't the good shit.
Oh, okay.
Good shit.
I gave you a crumb.
I told you, I can't spell all the good stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. How do you keep up on your passions? Like when it's because rapping, you know, I know it'll be a lot of setbacks or a lot of like self-doubt or anything. With anything, it could be self-doubt. But how do you just get past that? You use your sports mentality. You just use your you look at videos, read books.
Like he said, it's a lot about the money.
Nothing. Video.
Educated.
Sorry, but
So we from San Jose, born and raised, all of us from San Jose. How do you guys see how do you guys see your crafts, your niches? How do you see it evolving How do you see it? How it's evolved throughout the years? We'll start with you, Marcus.
I think the barber game evolved a lot. You know what I mean? There's a couple of barbershops that have been around for a long time, and you know they've been kind of a pillar in the community. And a barbershop is always a pillar in the community, in any community. You know,
Right.
That's where everybody comes, all different races and stuff, and we all have different crafts, and we're part of different creeds and all that. You know,
It's a
we all
melting
come.
pot, like
Yeah,
just like San Jose.
yeah, just like San Jose, it's a melting pot of all these different types of people, and I think it's the start of a good thing that's gonna expand. And the barber game just gives everybody a spot to like meet at and congregate. And I think there's a couple other barbershops that just kind of started up the last I would say 6 years or so, and they're kind of growing and helping barbers, you know, like become more professional. You know what I mean? It's not something that you're gonna do in your backyard,
Right.
or just because you have clippers and you know you got the line straight means that you're a barber. You know what I mean?
Right.
Sometimes you have to go through you get your certifications, and you know, you have to put the time in. You know,
They don't put time in
it
that.
doesn't have. You have to honor the craft. You know,
Right.
and then that and giving back to the community. You know, what I mean, I've thrown multiple events already.
Right. Yeah. I was just
And,
gonna ask you about that.
A lot of them have just been like free. We have the only thing that people pay for is the you know, for a Madden tournament. I mean, we're just trying to.
Nigga, where was
Yeah,
I?
I mean, yeah.
Tap in, right? Cuz. Right _cuz, follow. But yeah, we're trying to just give back to the community, and we're gonna have like a backpack giveaway when school starts. You know what I mean? So we're gonna try to get people to donate. You know what I mean? Whoever feels the need to give, and you know that's the perfect opportunity to take advantage of it.
Right.
You know?
That's what we need. That's all.
And then like that, people need help out there. You know?
Yeah.
If you got it, then give it. You know?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you're not in the right position, but when you do find yourself in that position, there's always opportunities to give back, you know?
Exactly.
That's one thing that people always need. So, and this community definitely needs it. In San Jose, like, people it's getting gentrification, you know, gentrified. And so, all these tech companies are kind of moving out the heart and soul of San Jose, and we're trying to keep that here and help them out, you know, the real workers of San Jose, you know. We're all, and a lot of artists, you know what I mean, just like all of us, you know what I mean. Those are the ones that kind of suffer the most, but I feel like they're the happiest sometimes because they're doing what they love, you know.
Right.
So, but we can help it be a little bit easier on them, you know.
Right. Exactly.
And so that's all I'm trying to do with the barbershop is trying to give back to the community, give people a place where they could be themselves and, you know, connect with other people and know that. I think a lot of people out here think they're on their own because it's like, you know, it's getting gentrified and stuff. So it kind of feels like you're like a lone soldier, but we're all coming from the same.
People scared to ask for help sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of pride out here, you know what I mean? Bay Area, like that's our heart, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? If we could do it on our own, we'll try our best to do it on our own. Because we don't, I feel like from the Bay Area, we don't really need a lot of people, you know what I mean? If we're going to get it on our own, we'll get it, you know?
Other people around us. It's good to get around people with the same mentality.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't have to be born in the hood to still go through the struggle. Because
Exactly.
if you don't have the money that all the other people around you have, then that's a struggle still. Like, you're not on their level, you know?
Yeah.
That's supposedly, you know, but
Yeah.
mentality you are, you know? You got the heart. So I think San Jose got it. So we just need to help the people of it.
Right.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Hey, starting for me, it sounds like I grew up in a barbershop like he did, you know, and just seeing my dad, like, any of y'all know my dad in San Jose. He started at Giants, got his start at the clothing brand, like, does, like I said, give back to everything. He just, all he cares about his community. Like,
Yeah,
that's all my, like, that's all he preached. Like, and at first, like, when you're 18 years old, you don't want to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, as I get older and I see, like, just exactly, like, how much I love San Jose and want to stay in here and be the photographer, like, the main photographer in the Bay.
Right.
Like, shoot, I hate the Warriors, but I'll go shoot for the Warriors. Like, I'll keep it, you know, like, San Jose team.
Be careful saying that.
Yeah. We got Boogie in.
Hey, trust the process. Trust the process.
Okay.
Man.
I
It's
love
just,
the process.
it's just like I feel San Jose has done so much for me.
Mhm.
Like whether it's sports, whether it's my best friends, we all came together. Podcast like I'd be arguing on Twitter with everybody like how San Jose needs to just come together because there's so much talent here.
Oh, yeah.
Like not even
Wow.
just sports talent, just artists. There's
Exactly. It's a
music,
talent.
like everything. Like if San Jose came together,
Especially
like,
our generation.
if we're like,
Yeah.
okay, think about it. If we came
now.
together like Oakland does, or because Oakland might be the most together city in the Bay,
Mhm.
like as far as talent wise. If
Yeah.
we came together like Oakland,
with San Jose talent, and then move that talent from San Jose to the Oakland, mix that and melt
All that together.
take that to Frisco.
Oh man.
Boom, all that.
Yeah.
Atlanta, all New York. Shit, I'm a New York dude because that's just how I've always felt.
Yeah.
Music wise, I always.
Just come from out there.
But San Jose, if we shit, I got cows tagged on me and everything. Like I'm just San Jose dude. But if we put all of our platforms together and all this talent we have, dude, no one's touching us.
Yeah.
Shit, we're the biggest tech. Like I said, they're pushing us out, but shit, they can't push us out if we resist or if we come together with them. Like, all right, shit, let's team up.
Yeah.
Like, bro, there's so much potential in sound.
Exactly.
You gotta do one or the other. And I think it's a survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? Like you gotta survive out here. You know. Sure. And I think sometimes we get lost in that. You know? Everybody just thinks they have to do it on their own.
Rent's $1,800 for one bedroom. Come on. So.
How do you?
So you have to come together for a studio or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm forced to. Like, hey, let's piece together a couple $100 a month to get a studio to like really do this.
Yeah.
How do you view San Jose rap game right now? How do you see it evolving? How do you see it? How far it's come? How do you?
The music scene in San Jose has definitely grown, definitely progressed.
Would you say it's slept on?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Like he was saying, we got as much talent as any other city in the Bay. We just don't come together like they do, like he said. Once we mesh together, it'll be a wrap. We got too much talent.
What would you say is a main factor why San Jose doesn't come together like the other cities in the Bay?
And it's crazy we're all friends. Yeah. Like, if you're not friends, you know each other, or you're friends with one of his friends. Like, bruh, it's ego, bro.
It was funny.
Ego, pride.
Yeah, it was funny.
I didn't want to get photographers game back in the day. Like, I didn't want to share my knowledge before, but now I'm like, open good.
Yeah. We all competitive, so at the same time, it's like in the nature of it, because it's still hip hop at the end of the day.
High school, right? I mean, if we didn't go to school together, we all played against each other. So that's where that competitive nature.
And all the rappers in San Jose damn near athletes. So we all started athletes. So now it's literally, like I said, it's probably the fittest. So it's literally on full circle, right? Like everything we're saying.
I met somebody from Toronto, and we were all talking. We were eating at Chacho's downtown, right? And I was telling him a story, and some dude knocked some dude out downtown, and he was like, East Side, and they're like, y'all be repping sides like that, like that? I'm like, well, yeah, you know what I mean? South Side, North Side, East Side, wherever you're from, people are kind of divided all up when it's we're part of the same city, you know what I mean?
It's cool to rep.
We don't own the sides, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're from there, you know what I mean? It has something to do with the character you're part of, what you're around, but...
So I'm South Side, so no matter what, it's cool to be where you're from, but it's just you don't have to take it to that extreme.
They just kill over that shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's not necessary.
I'm not fighting a dude because you went to Oak Grove. I'm talking the most shit.
Right.
You went to Oak Grove? Oh, I went to Piedmont. Nah. You from the South? Nah, I don't go to that. I don't go to the South. I'm East Sider.
I think people just start hating on each other.
Yeah. And they won't work together just because you're from the South and East.
Right.
Shit, I'm on the South Side right now.
Yeah.
I'm East Sider.
Yeah. Because I just move around. A lot of people from San Jose, they pretty much lived on at least 2-3 sides at one point.
Yeah.
By this time, I'm 23, so by this time I lived already on the north side, south side, east side already. You know what I mean? So it's
I've been everywhere but the west.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've been everywhere with the west. I might have stayed at the south side for a few months, like a dad's girlfriend. But I was a south sider for a minute.
What are some platforms that you guys look at to try to better your craft, or to that you could tell people to look at to study game film?
YouTube. I watch, or for photographers and stuff. If you don't want to go to school or something, because I went to school and I didn't get my degree, but once I figured out I can do it on my own and just keep learning, reading books and whatnot. But YouTube is really big for if you want to learn certain stuff about layers and just simple stuff that you want to know about Photoshop.
The basic stuff.
Yeah, you might learn how to do you know how people want to do nowadays, they're really into the Polaroid look.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube, use that. Twitter is really big for getting your art out there. I've met dudes from Montana, it's random places, but the art is crazy, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna steal that picture, or I'm gonna steal the concept of your picture.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely gonna
try it out.
But you know where it's coming from. I followed you, and I'm like, bro, this picture's cold. I'm gonna twist it.
Yeah.
So it's just it's either Twitter, Twitter's really good.
I don't use Twitter a lot for my shop though. I need to do that.
Not, bro. Twitter. Shout out to Welch's, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I be pushing that line to Welch's.
Yeah.
Twitter's good for a lot of things.
That's how I get most of my podcast listens. I send it to DJ. I send it to like BQ. I send it to like my dude Mar. Like you in school, probably in school with Mar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh yeah, I just come up today.
So I send it to Mar. So I send I send all my like he's using a podcast. So I send it to him and he retweets it and that's.
Oh yeah, it goes out there.
38 retweets and shit. People listen to my podcast in Toronto and like Sweden and New Zealand.
Oh, shit.
So it's crazy.
Yeah, out
like,
there.
You can reach it, huh?
It's just once you hit Twitter or something, or once you hit a platform like social media, like
Yeah,
bro, social media is really
trick,
big.
man.
Like you can post something and then it hit the explore page randomly, and then some random person hits your link, and then like, what the hell?
And then it's just like you have the work speaks for itself sometimes. You know what I mean? Like. I got tired of telling people, you know, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm a barber, this and that. And they're like, oh, well, can you cut? I'm like, well, bro, I could tell you all day I could cut hair, you know what I mean? But until you come to my shop, you sit in my chair, I put the sauce on you, you know what I mean? Then that's when you be like, oh, damn, this dude could cut, you know what I mean? So I can show you better than I can tell you. That's that type of thing, you know?
Right.
And so you have to let your work back it up and then, you know, put it out there on social media and have confidence behind it, too.
Super networking.
Yeah. That's just tight.
Telling you, BQ, I never met BQ until we must have checked each other like in a DM, like. I don't know. I honestly don't even know how it happened. He might have followed me randomly. I might have followed him randomly, but I hit him and he hit me. He was telling me he was doing. He might have been like, oh, Brandy. Oh, he might have needed a videographer, and I was like, all right. And I kept catting on him because I had just like booked, but we kept linking and we kept just talking. And I told him about like my podcast. Like I was like, bro, I'm having these doubts.
Yeah.
Like he called me and he was like, hey, bro, just do you. And podcasts started going up, and it's just that it's a platform for social media, which I would have never met BQ. He has random like Ruben Harris. Like I reached out to him because of BQ, like because of social media. I watched their video and I'm like, all right, he's giving me game. Shout out to FreeGame. He's giving me game, so I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna listen to his podcast. He's talking about business. I don't know everything. I don't know nothing about paperwork. I'm gonna call BQ, my dad, anybody knows. So it's
connect yourself together.
It's networking, bro.
Stay networking.
There's a lot of platforms for rap. What do you think's the best one to get your work out there if you're just starting out?
There's too many these days.
Right.
It used to be easy as Dat Piff, but nowadays they got so many sites. They got Digital Drip, fucking YouTube, all the new shit. So
where can they find Blac Chris at?
SoundCloud, SoundCloud.com/RealBC. All the slaps on there.
Okay.
That's one of the best ones right now in this era.
SoundCloud?
Yeah.
Exactly, because it's free.
To an extent, though.
Right.
They play you.
Yeah.
SoundCloud, we're not talking about that.
Facts.
Nah.
Fuck SoundCloud on the low.
On the low. They really play like musicians and artists. Like, all right, so he does music, I do the podcast. I did like 5 podcasts in a row, and they're like you have a time limit basically before it's not free anymore.
Yep, they give you a certain amount of minutes.
It's 6 hours or like a certain amount of link or a certain amount of post. And then it's like $7, $15.
Damn.
So you have to pay.
Yeah.
But it's free to a cent, but it's better than paying for Apple.
Yeah.
Because once you pay, because all you do is pay for SoundCloud, and Apple basically free. So all you can do is link your music to SoundCloud, and it's free.
To check to that though, you just gotta keep getting better and just delete your old shit.
Oh yeah, you have to.
That's the pressure to get you better.
So you can delete it and then count back up.
Exactly.
That's smart right there. And that forces you to get better, right?
Exactly.
Because this is gonna be some good stuff right here. They're gonna have to listen to this.
Fuck the whole shit.
I have no idea what episode one of my podcasts is because I had to delete it.
Right.
I thought it was gonna save and like.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
That's just gone.
Yeah.
So my podcast starts at episode 2.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
Is it no pilot?
So
gone.
so with that being said, the game used to be sold. Now you're getting it for free. It's your boy Deej. That was FreeGame.
All right, man.
Hey.
We out.
Follow WrightCuts.
Oh yeah. PierrePierreProductions. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, go DJ33 Instagram.